Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk about post-MBA consulting role, salaries, and also the growth associated with it in the long run. Okay, I'll primarily use an Excel sheet in this video to understand, hey, what are the salary numbers, the components within the overall salary base, bonus, sign-on bonus, so on and so forth. I'll use US numbers as reference in our conversation, but I will also speak about India numbers separately. Okay, so let us jump right into the video. So the first thing that I want you guys to understand is what is your role going to be as a consultant post MBA. Okay, for example, imagine IKEA is coming to McKinsey and telling that, hey, by the way, McKinsey, my sales are going down. What should I do? Okay, then the McKinsey team will sit together and say that, hey, probably it could be because of your products itself. The products are a little bit outdated. You might have to upgrade your entire merchandising. Then another potential possibility is that, hey, the store customer service is not too good. The third potential problem could be, hey, your products are good, your placements, your customer service, all of these things are good, but your location of the store itself is not at an appropriate place. Okay, it could be any of these 3 or 4 reasons. The team will identify 4 or 5 such categories of problems and say that, hey, by the way, I'm going to be the engagement manager. You, Rishabh, will be the associate number 1. Then Sneha, you are going to be the associate number 3. And you, Mr. Kant, you are going to be the associate number 3. Okay, so we'll have 3 associates and an engagement manager getting started with the problem. So after your MBA, you are joining as an associate. And as an associate, you are responsible for a specific problem within the overall broader problem that you are solving. So if IKEA sales have to be improved, Mr. Rishabh, why don't you go and explore what is happening with the product placements? Now Sneha, why don't you explore about the location analysis? And Mr. Kant, why don't you explore about the placements, a bunch of other things, right? So you as an associate are responsible for that specific individual problem statement. You are going to go and explore completely about, hey, are the products outdated, so on and so forth. Okay, you are not focusing on, hey, is the location right, so on and so forth. That's the job of an other associate. So all the 3 of them together will work on the final answer. I, as an engagement manager, will be responsible for bringing all of these things together. So in your first year and your second year after your MBA as a consultant, you will be responsible for individual work streams. And as you grow and as you show to the McKinsey leadership, to the BCG leadership, to the Bain leadership that, hey, you are a great consultant, you will slowly move into the engagement manager role. Okay, so that's the role and that is what you need to do. Now, if I take a step back, what do you need or what are the tools required to become great at this role, right? You should be extremely good with PowerPoint. You should be good with Excel, data, identifying patterns, and understanding what are the implications of this data. Of course, all of this goes along with communication because you are communicating day in and day out with your client and also your managers, your partners, and everybody. Okay, so these are the skills required. This is what you will be doing. And now let's jump into the Excel sheet to understand how much money you will be making for doing all of this work. Okay, so if you look at this Excel sheet, it indicates to you, right, from rows number 3 to 6, what are the individual salary components. You look at any of these business school placement reports, it will tell you that, hey, your base is going to be $150,000. Okay, that's the first component. The second component, every school again mentions on their website, is the sign-on bonus. That's $30,000 or roughly 20% of the base salary. The third thing which schools don't mention, but you will see it on the offer letters from these consulting companies, is about the year-end bonus. Sign-on bonus is bonus when you start working for a company, and year-end bonus is, hey, when you finish 1 year, at the end of that year, you receive that bonus. Okay, again, this is typically between $15,000 to $35,000, and I'm putting an average of around $25,000. The additional component of 401k match, this is like your pension fund, and companies would love to contribute to this particular pension fund. So that's around $15,000 or $20,000 of free money. Okay, if you don't know what pension fund or 401k match is, I'll link a video somewhere over here. please go watch that video, and I have explained the 401k match in that video. Okay. Now these numbers add up to 220,000 US dollars, right? That's a sizable number for a first year associate. Now you have to of course take away in the US the federal tax, which is 20 to 30%. If you are working in California, then add another 10-15,000. So your salary after tax would come around $150,000 to $165,000. So this is your post-tax salary, and you take out all your cost components. Your expenses are around $47,000. So salary minus your expense, you are getting to a savings of $120,000 per year. Now the interesting thing that you need to observe is these numbers will go down for a consultant. The groceries, the fuel, probably also entertainment a bit, these numbers will go down because, hey, you are not at home from Monday to Thursday or even Monday to Friday, right? So all of these expenses, when you are eating out, when you are eating at the client site, when you are going to the airport, taking taxis, all these expenses are bared by the company. So these expenses, 4,000, 3,000, 6,000 would go down drastically. They are at least reduced by half. Okay, so you can see that, hey, the total savings probably will go up to $130,000. Now, another interesting thing that I want to add here is if you go to INSEAD and do your MBA, and if you get into Dubai, right, your base salary would be $100,000. Let's say we'll keep the other numbers similar. Sorry, this is $100,000. Okay, but the tax in Dubai is zero, correct? So if the tax in Dubai is zero, then essentially you are saving your entire total compensation, right? So don't go away just based on like, hey, what is the total compensation, but also look at what is the base salary and what is the tax associated with it. Okay, so those are the two things that I wanted to highlight. Now the second thing which you need to know is that, hey, this is your first year compensation. The second year compensation could be around, let's say 15% or 20% more, but it will come out to be similar number because you won't have the sign-on bonus. Interesting. What you need to know is that, hey, as an engagement manager, you know what you are doing. You are managing Rishabh, Sneha's and Pant's work, right? Now, moving forward after engagement manager, you'll spend another 2 years as an engagement manager. And after that, you are becoming an associate partner or a principal, different ways, different firms call it. But now what you are doing as an associate partner is that you are now moving into actually helping McKinsey, BCG, Bain or A.T. Kearney or any of these consulting companies get more business. So you are actually getting more business for the company, which means that of course you are going to get profits from that, right? You will at least see your bonus component increasing massively from year 3, year 4, year 5. And if I have to put a number, typically in 7 years, right, or 5 to 7 years, when you become a partner, you'll be earning easily more than $500,000, right? There is no other career path which I know apart from investment banking. I don't know any post-MBA jobs which are going to give you that kind of a massive run-up, right? A quick question. If your salary is increasing from $200,000 to $500,000 in less than 5 years or in 6 years, right? What do you think is your year-over-year growth rate? Why don't you calculate that and tell me in the comments box? Okay. And if this video is going to get 250 likes, I'm going to unlock this Excel and I will share with you the India numbers as well. But just to speak roughly at a very high level, the India numbers are around, like, let's say the overall salary is going to be 34 to 35 lakhs per annum. And after all your expenses and all of that stuff, your savings would be around, let's say 15 to 16 lakhs, because hey, there are some things called as taxes, right? You'll have to pay 25 to 30% of your money into tax every single year. So the overall number gets massively adjusted after tax. So your savings would be around 15 lakhs, 16 lakhs, somewhere around that range. Again, if you want me to unlock that Excel sheets India column, please give me 250 likes on this video and I will actually post the link to this Excel sheet in the description box. Alright guys, hope this is helpful for you. So moving forward, let me tell you another interesting aspect, that is, what is the cost associated with actually getting this salary? That is, you are staying away from family from Monday through Thursday, right? So it's a huge cost for folks who are married, having kids. When I had a kid, that was like a massive cost. So it didn't matter how much money I was making, but I had to move back, and I wanted to say that, hey, I want to spend a lot of time with my kids. Okay, I didn't want to go away from them every single week from Monday through Thursday. So that was one of the reasons why I left McKinsey. You have to be motivated by either saving a lot of money or doing that kind of client work or something else to continue in the profession for a very long time, right? So it's a self-filtering kind of a environment, right? You are asked to do a lot of hard work, and if you don't see the reason for you to do it, then you will step out. So we talked about the role, we talked about the salary, and we talked about the cost. Now the final thing which I want to talk about is the exit opportunity as well. Your friends working probably post MBA at Facebook, Google, and you are working at, let's say, MBBs, right? Now, if you go after 2 years and join one of these Facebook, Googles, or any other company, okay, you'll have a slight edge in terms of the role you'll be doing with respect to what your classmate might be doing at the same point in time. And also, you'll probably have 10-15% kind of additional salary compared to the guys who are in the industry from day one after MBA. Okay, so I hope this gives you a good picture with respect to these 5 components. Number 1, what is your role going to be? Number 2, what is the salary you are going to make? And number 3, what is the cost at a personal level? Number 4, the exit opportunities. And finally, compare all of these things before you make that call of that, hey, yes, is this the right decision? Consulting is the right thing for me or not? Thank you guys, and we look forward to seeing you again in tomorrow's video. Bye.